Hi, YouTube. I need to tell you, YouTube, about my problems I'm now facing. I was told how high your costs are. Therefore, I need to advise more about my situation. I nearly died in a serious car accident 4 years ago. My discussion abilities are now much weakened. My terrible mem- my terrible oh, my terrible remembering, talking, etc. problems means I would normally need about 4 hours, which is far too expensive. You may be used to 1 hour for most people, but my bad state needs longer. I have I've thought about I've thought about how we can reduce time. I decided that maybe best way is is to write everything down and then speak out those words recorded in my speech. You should be able to read and hear faster wha- that than us first having meetings. You will now hear me and see my writings yourself, which you can analyze faster. I now write the words down, which you can see and hear in 15 minutes. Once you have analysed these, you should be able to figure out in your minds the help I need. This will make things easier for you to help me at a more affordable rate. Please also be aware that my accident has really affected my voice, making me have to speak louder to get serious words spoken better. I'm not shouting, it is the best I can do. So I'm trying to speak lower, but I can't. So I'm sorry if it's too loud for you, but nothing I can do about it. One, no one can use my YouTube. There's a message, you need to look at it. No one see my message anymore. Why not? For about 2 to 3 weeks, no one has left any messages. This is not because they do not want to. They are people I know very well. It is so obvious they cannot see my message anymore. Why can they not use it? And what is now happening? The following is also becoming a real issue. If I press sort by and then newest first, before I see the replies after mine, I will see that no one is responding to me. If I go into my other well used YouTube pages and leave a message as add a comment as or as reply, then why in all 100 circumstances, apart from just one, does no one see my messages? This is the same on even lower use, lower use people who only get 3 replies a day. Why is it that no one can even see my replies to answer them? And that is a fact. Whatever you say, that is a fact. I've tried everything. I've tried absolutely everything I can do to get better replies, but nothing works. Serious Christians, to understand this, serious Christians would never ignore me 99 times out of 100. You may not be a Christian, but you still need to realize that such people do normally respond much better if they can. This is despite using press sort by or newest to see last saved pages. Please also note this page, which I've written down. Try and read it. Number 2, one person has seen my message. They replied to it and asked me a question. I've replied to them, but they have not received my reply. 2 weeks, that was 2 weeks ago. What your YouTube person said is totally untrue about about them not reading my message. I've tried about 10 good people who would respond. I've sent out about 30 messages, but I've received reply from only one person. A serious and very strong Christian. I know that they would reply if they could see my replies. How is it I can see their replies, but they cannot even see mine? Only one reply in 10 days. That person no longer can see my message or reply to me again. Please discuss this with with YouTube again and point this out to them. They need to realise that the strong Christians that I write to do reply. There is something definitely wrong if they cannot reply or see my message. They definitely are not ignoring me. Here is proof of their attempted conversation from. I got a message from Karen Banksy. Are they? And she said, "Are they shadow banning some of your comments the same way that they do me sometimes? If so, I know how frustrating that is, and I'm sorry that they are doing you that way." So I'm concerned about what she wrote, and I wrote back to her. Hi, Carolyn. Thanks for your reply. I've been trying to. Anyway, you can read it yourself. My reply. But my reply was not received by her. So then she sent me a message. I replied to her, and my reply wasn't even seen by her. So why does this keep happening? This person has still not received my reply of about 2 weeks ago. I've only received one answer out of 100 saved messages. Number 3. We are having issues with leaving comments on YouTube. We received this following message. Your notifications are currently off and you don't receive some Christian updates. To turn them on, go to notifications preferences on your profile page. Off. It's off. So what do I do now? Are these messages affecting my saving messages? Does it mean that everything I write, of everything I say, if everything I write down and say to people cannot even be read? Oh, it doesn't work because it's turned off. Is that the case, or does it mean something else? But if it's turned off, what do I do now to turn it back on again? Anyway, number 4. I was advised by my helper that my YouTube could work fine if it was not switched off. Does this mean that it needs to remain switched on? I've tried this, but it still does not save my writings so that others can read them. But the other writings are saved. Besides, it would cost too much if I left it on. I've tried turning it off, it doesn't work. I've tried leaving it on, it doesn't work. Why should I have to face this world not able to save my messages read, or they able to write to me? I, after nearly dying, have only this left to me. And yet even this has been taken from me. Do you understand? I nearly died. And I can write very well. My problem is the speaking and communicating, but I can read very well. But I don't want the only thing I can do in my life taken from me. The only thing I've left in my life I can do is the blog. I can do the blog well, but that's all I can do. Everything else has been taken out of my life, but I can do the blog well, and I don't want you or anyone else removing from me the only thing I've got left in life to do. You must be more compassionate and allow me to do the only thing I've got left to do, please. Number 5. Most people want a serious conversation. I know that is a fact from my experience of what real Christians are like. It seems obvious to me that the replies to their comments are either not seen by me or only they can see what they write, but they cannot add anything to other people's comments like mine. Fact is that no one can see my messages. That is the only reason that they have not replied. I have sometimes sent message replies directly to them of what they wrote. It is clear that they do not even see these reply notes or are unable to write replies. Something is very clearly wrong and not working. So we do need to chat with YouTube about this. Also, please bear in mind that everyone should be allowed to hold proper conversation together. I want to be able to talk to you. I want to be able to talk to people face to face and have proper conversations with proper chats, so people can talk to me and I can talk to them, and we can continue our conversation normally. And I don't want anyone to keep messing things up and stopping me from being able to do that. But I can't even have a proper conversation with anybody anymore. That really bothers me. That's the only thing I can do unless God give me the opportunity to do that. So how can we get back to being able to communicate far better with communication in communicating conversation? Number 6. Why are my YouTube messages on my blog only shown as read by 500 people and keeps going backwards to 300 or 450? I've been leaving messages in the past where I saw that first of all I saw 200, it got 200 quite quickly, then 300, 400. I've even seen it gone up to 500 something before, and then I've seen it go back to 300. So why is it going backwards? It should be going upwards. Every time all my time, my blog should be going upwards. It should never be going downwards. So how can it go from 500 back to 300 something? Something is clearly wrong. It should be recorded every message. So if I get up to, I reckon there should be about 2,000 message people gone in to read my blogs by now. But 2,000 doesn't appear. The highest I've ever seen is 500, but now it's back to 400 or something. So something is not working. And if it keeps being reduced because more people reading gives me a higher place on the blog, then someone is stopping me from getting a higher place. Now why am I being stopped from getting a higher place? Why am I saying that people want to remove me and get me lower down? There's something not right with it. If people are actually visiting, why has the numbers gone backwards? Or even now appears that no one, it now appears that absolutely no one's reading my blog. So even if I write messages and say 50 people read my message, the computer is now saying that no one's reading it. So if I want to see how many people read my blog, it doesn't say 500 anymore. It just says no. So no one, you're saying that no one's reading my blog. There's something wrong with that, okay? Please look at it and help me out, please.